Hey, you're back with us on the Morning Show. Yes, our first discussion is actually about creating safe space on social media, but what also intrigues us both is actually this card game. It's called the Conversation Starter with Ourselves. Now, when we talk about conversation starters with ourselves, each generation is quite different. Probably millennials or Generation X or probably the baby boomers, when they express themselves, right, they probably would write in a diary. I mean, I still do write in a diary. But Gen Z is a little different, right, Jen?
That's true.
How different are they?
Well, the thing is, because we live mostly on social media, most of our ways of expressing our feelings with our friends, because you don't get to see them all the time, you know, we all have busy lives. I think that's, you know, debatable for all across generations. But me in particular, my friends are mostly abroad. I don't have a lot of friends in Jakarta or Indonesia.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah. Well, I get to make friends like you here in the studio, but those sort of struggles, such as distances and all that, creates, you know, some uneasiness to me because I don't get to talk to my friends face to face. So I use social media sometimes. You know, like on Instagram, you can have a close story. I like
close story.
Close
That's
friend.
where you express your feelings, right?
With my generation, you know, we still try to maintain our cool. Like, yeah, totally. We don't have any problems in our life. So the close story feature is really helpful for me because I get to, you know, navigate my friend group closer. So I have like 10 people there. And I just go like, I hate today because today some bird pooped on my hair or something like that.
Oh, that's considered good luck actually in Italy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I had good luck, I'm not sure. But through that, you know, friends of mine would be like, oh my God, no way, are you okay? And then, you know, those sort of things, we start talking to each other, oh, how are you? And then they tell me what's going on in their life, and I tell them more in my life. So it's a back-to-back sort of conversation.
Yeah, so it's basically the way Gen Z or some of the millennials also, or probably some of the Gen X, no, not Gen X, millennials, they express it through social media, right? But how do we create safe space on social media while we're expressing our feelings and our thoughts, right? So that's why today we have the CEO of Proud Project, Iqbal Hariadi, to talk exactly about this. Because what we love about this community actually is how it's trying to create a face-to-face community that is often a problem in millennial generation and also Gen Z. So thank you so much, Iqbal, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about Proud Project. What is it exactly?
Yeah, so Proud Project is an online media, and also we make it as a online and offline community. So it started it started back then 2015, and we started making contents like Humans of New York. So we capture portraits of people and we tell their stories, we tell their life wisdom, kind of life wisdom nugget. And then we started to also adding contents that what we called provoking young adults thoughts, be it about themselves, about self-awareness, about relationship, and then we start to see that people are interacting in the comment section. So not only interacting with the contents, but also tell their own stories, tell their own insecurities, and we see it. It turns out Instagram or social media can be a safe space for people. They don't know us, right? They're strangers, but they are telling their stories, and the other strangers are commenting and supporting that stories. And then we all from that we try to make that safe space experience into offline.
Right.
So we created the community. It's called Proud Circle.
Proud Circle.
Yeah. So we gather people who want to be part of this community in a WhatsApp group. And then also we created a regular monthly event. The events mostly are simply just gathering in circle, and then we have a trigger for some to share their stories. Also, this is also coming from that experience.
Right.
Yeah. So this cards initially is designed to help people know themselves better. So people can use it as a journal prompts, or simply just talk to yourself in the mirror. But then when we do the testing, people love it when play it with other friends, with their friends. It's a very interesting group game.
So how do you play this? Like, for example, I mean, this thing
Yeah.
is, oh yeah, the cards. I need to show the cards. So the cards actually have prompt questions, and these
Yeah.
cards actually, now we have quite a lot in Indonesia, created by Pratt Project, and also I think by, I think 100% Manusia also creates, right? And in London, there's this amazing community as well called the School of Life, who's making prompt cards like this as well. How do you play it? Like, for example, this one is so interesting, this
Yeah.
question. Kalau bisa milih, lo mau diingat sebagai orang kaya yang kaya gimana? If you could choose, how would you like to be remembered? That's so divine.
Yeah. How do you answer it?
That's so
How do you
sad.
answer it? How do you answer it?
answer it?
Why is it sad,
Because
Jasmine?
my initial, I don't know, but my initial
Death?
input, yeah, death.
Oh.
So one day if I die, what is it that I can
How would
leave
you like to be
behind?
remembered?
I
How would you
think-
like to be remembered?
For me personally, for someone who is kind and wants to give back
Yeah,
to people.
yeah.
I think that's the most heroic sense because,
Right.
you know, I'm not a firefighter, I'm not a police personnel. I'm just in the studio
Right.
reading a script. But
You're helping people.
I hope through that, at least my character speaks for myself, which
Yes.
is what I want to be remembered.
Right.
What about you?
Well, yeah, it is a divine question, isn't it? How would I like to be remembered? All I can think of is that people remember how you make them feel, right? At the end of the day, when we're dead, all the accolades are gone, all of the status are gone. People remember how they make you feel. So hopefully, I make them feel okay. You know, I make them feel okay. How would you like to be remembered, Iqbal?
I want to be remembered as a person who spread positivity through contents and through words that I say or I write.
So this is how we play the game.
That's how you play the game.
Wow.
Very
So you put it,
I
you
know.
put it on the table, and then you pick one, and then I mention the questions, and then
Yeah.
I answer it.
Yes.
So this is my turn, right?
Yeah.
I answer it. If you want, if the group want to answer it as well,
Yeah.
you can
Go
go
and
around.
yeah.
But if not, you now it's your turn. So it can also be a card
One for
for
one
everyone, or also one card for one, and then you pick another.
Do you know this is a really good thing for first dates? Because
Oh,
first dates are
yes.
so awkward. You don't
Yeah.
know what to ask, you don't know what to say.
I love it.
I think this is really good to get to know someone quick and fast and easy.
Yeah, you can know his value, his or her value.
Exactly, and you think about,
And
I
also,
want to see
there
him again.
are some questions that are very light as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So not all of them are
Deep.
deep questions. There are also some of the fun questions.
I think we
Right.
were playing a little bit behind the scenes earlier, and one of the questions that we got was, if you were,
If you can be a minister.
if you can be a minister, what minister
wow.
would you want to be? So that's more of the light side, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could go through further
Yeah.
Yeah.
analysis of how.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
view-
yeah.
Yeah, and then in an instant you can know your friends better.
Correct. And also, I heard, because I'm from the millennial generation, Iqbal also from the millennial, and you're Gen Z. This is what I heard is Gen Z experience loneliness, like you mentioned earlier, right, Jazz? So how is this community helping to start making Gen Zs or even the
Others,
members not
Yeah.
lonely? I mean, how does that work?
Yeah. So the most common issues that we see in the people that are active on social media is loneliness and insecurities.
Loneliness and insecurity. So that's the issues that Gen
That's
Zs
the
are
issues. That's the
experiencing a
common
lot.
issues
Okay.
in every range of age.
Oh, so
Right.
it's not just.
It's
for
not
Gen Z.
just because in social media you get to see other people's life, and you got this
They're always fabulous, right? Because
Yeah.
life is always fabulous.
lovely,
Not
lovely.
really. Not really.
Yeah, you got to compare your life with others. And then what we learned from our contents and our activities and project is that as simple as knowing that others have the same problems or the same concerns with you, it make them relief because
It humanizes.
it humanizes them. It's very common because most of people are getting depression because they overthink about themselves. They think they are the only one who have this problem or this conscience or this insecurities, but the truth is everyone is.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why when we create contents and then people are commenting and share their stories, and then the others are seeing, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not alone
this
in this.
person have the same stories. I am not lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also that's what happened as well when we gather community and
Yeah.
we get to see people are sharing their stories, and then people, oh, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I have the same problem, and he or she have it as well.
Yes.
So that simple gesture or that simple activity already helping people.
How often do you guys meet, and where usually?
So regularly we create this event monthly.
Yes.
It's not always the
Same
sharing session.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's not always sharing.
It's
There
not
are
always
other
sharing
activities.
session.
Okay, what are they?
Sometimes we go nobar watching movies together.
Nice.
And then sometimes we do running
Nice.
events. So yeah, it's a various events. It depends on the opportunities that we see on that particular event. But yeah, the regular one is the meetup
Sharing,
and sharing.
yeah.
The last time we shared is before Ramadan is we played this.
You play this game.
Yeah, and the participants are mostly strangers.
Right.
And they just
They
meet.
don't know each other.
don't know each
Oh,
other.
wow.
Then
Which is
by-
why I think the whole social media thing with his project works. Because, you don't know who you're talking to, so you feel freer in
Yeah.
experiencing what you went through. Because
Yeah,
if it's someone you know,
that's
you're feeling
also-
fear of
yeah.
judgment.
But I think it really depends.
Really?
Because anonymity, when you're on social media, you can be anonymous, and that's why it becomes freer. You feel freer in expressing your feelings. But when you meet, when it's face to face, it doesn't necessarily happen that way, right? I mean, some people just decide to just listen first
Yeah.
because it's
Correct.
more
It's real.
well, it's scary to open up to strangers.
That's why we called it safe space.
Safe space.
Right, because that's correct. When we do offline events, some of the people are, observing first. Is this a safe space
Yes,
for me or not? And then
yes.
we, the Proud Project team, try to create the environment is safe
Yeah.
as possible, as safe as possible.
Yeah.
And then we try to create the event is so people can get. This is a safe space as soon as possible, so they can join the conversation.
Yes. And you've been the CEO of Proud Project for the past 1 year.
Correct, yeah.
So I assume that some people, they return, right? Some of
Yeah.
them keep coming
Yeah.
to be part of this community. Is there any case where you saw the change in someone? Maybe in the beginning, that person is probably a little bit timid, a little bit anxious.
Yeah.
And they become more confident.
And then,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
gradually become
Yeah.
more and more settled with
Yeah, I can share two cases,
Yeah.
the online and offline.
Yes.
The online one is that we have this special DM that told us he want to commit suicide and then cancel it because he read our content.
That's amazing.
And that one DM already told us that we need to keep doing what we're doing.
Yes.
So that's the online. The offline, we have this one member of our community that is a victim of bullying. And then he is in the process of getting his confidence.
Yes.
And then he joined our offline community, meet each others, and then we also gave him a place to share his stories.
Yes.
And then turns out that that moment gave him courage even more, and then he received a lot of support from others.
That's
And then
beautiful.
he get more confidence in,
So
building.
it's a community outside his normal life.
Yeah.
And I have a question with that too, because you mentioned earlier that it's not specific to, say, Gen Z like me.
Yeah.
Who is a target audience for this event and for this platform that you're sharing?
We don't limit anyone who want to join, but the target audience of our contents are actually young adults. So people who just graduated from college until probably late 30s. That's the main target.
They're still figuring out their life.
Yeah, but we don't limit anyone who want to join because the member are also ranging from even the one who are still in college until the one who are in the mid 30.
Are there any members who found the love of their lives by joining this community?
That I don't
like,
know
oh, they're
yet.
dates. Yeah?
Yeah, that I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. Probably. Outside the community,
Yeah,
they're dating.
Usually. Right?
Could be a little love story happening in here.
I mean, you can't help it, right? Because, you know, if you have a look at the questions from the cards, they immediately put you in this vulnerable state.
Yeah.
That you have to, it's almost like you cut the superficial conversation.
Correct, yeah.
You go to the deep questions, and that's when people can fall in love with each other, usually. Actually, there is a New York Times article ages ago. The article basically had 36 questions, and if you ask these 36 questions to someone
would fall in love.
they're going to fall in love with each other.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
Exactly.
I should have known sooner. It would have been easier.
Darling,
to navigate.
you're still 24, so you have years today. It's okay.
But the thing is that I really, really appreciate
Yes.
with the project that he's doing with his community is to always remember that you're not alone.
Yes.
You're not lonely.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned earlier, you know, Gen Zs, we're always stuck in our ways. We always view ourselves on social media. But I think it's very important for people to understand that curating such a narrative in your life to be perceived as such a happy-go-lucky girl is really, really tough. You know, filters are involved.
Yeah.
Angling is I mean, you know women, right? We are very like, oh wait, give me a second. Oh no. So even that, you just know from the get-go that is not real life. Real life, you're slouching, you're chilling. So it's not.
We don't always wear makeup.
Exactly, that too. So it's very.
No, I don't wake up like this. We don't wake up
No,
like
we
this.
don't. Or do we? No, we don't.
No, we don't. Nobody does. So how do we join? I mean, how big is your community at the moment, and how do we join?
Yeah, so we have so we call the community a Proud Circle. We have the Proud Circle, and then we have the Proud Inner Circle. You can follow us on Instagram. And then secondly, you can join the WhatsApp community. You can just click it.
Which has what, 1,000 members?
1,000 members now.
Wow.
In the link in our bio. And then the last one is you can also join the Proud Inner Circle if we have the events. Just follow our Instagram when we announce it, and then you can have an opportunity to join it. Please join.
Yes.
Let's meet up.
Yes.
And then let's make a safe space for
Shall
all
we
of
join?
us.
I'm really interested.
Oh
in this.
yes, absolutely. I am pro face-to-face interaction because I'm old millennial. But I'm so glad. I mean, thank you so much for creating this community since 2015, because indeed it is a huge problem at the moment. Social media companies who claim that yes, we're creating connection. No, actually, you're creating disconnection.
Yeah.
Which creates a lot of loneliness happening in their users. And we thank Proud Project as being one of the communities who's creating this connection again by encouraging face-to-face interaction, because we are humans. We need face-to-face interaction to create happiness, to create joy, because we are connected. So thank you so much, Iqbal.
Thank you.
Success to your project. Hopefully more members are joining Proud Project, especially for those of you who are feeling not great about yourself. Go out there, meet people, connect. And now we are set for another commercial break. When we return, we'll bring you some of the world headlines. Thanks a lot, Iqbal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.